insane. Oh my
That's
goodness.
a retard. Baby
Shh.
girl, that's a retard.
Oh my gosh.
For
Hey.
real.
Hey everybody. Oh, we went online, honey. We're online now.
Oh, shit. Okay,
Yeah, we're
well, damn.
live.
All right. What's up, folks? Man, it's Sunday. And, wow. Okay, we're ready to roll. We're rolling, right?
We're
We're
rolling.
rolling.
We're rolling.
So, me and baby girl wanted to holler at you guys on a Sunday afternoon. You know, we're just chilling, taking it easy. And we wanted to share some time with you guys and our breakdown of this CDCR director, Jeffrey Macomber's spiel on their CDCR fucking rehabilitation move to California model. And I was like, I would like to break it down for you guys and let you know the truth, the real perspective, real context, truth behind, our opinion and how we see this shit because, y'all, it's that necessary to know. And let me tell you guys though, we almost got 200 subscribers, man. We're at like 196.7, right, babe?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. Come on now, let's push this thing up to 200, 300, man. I know y'all can help us out. Let's get this truth out there, man. The more the better.
First of all,
share it and subscribe.
I want to say, hey Tim, thanks for showing up. We love you.
Thanks, Tim.
And yep, he's in the chat already. He caught us right at the start. Right on.
Get on, Tim.
So first of all, I found this little video from CDCR, and it's just a promo. It's a 2-piece promo,
right.
and really that's all we need. I mean, you can go in and you can check out what they're saying, and I encourage it because what they're saying and what we're seeing do not correlate at all.
At all. At all. And it's far from it. It's just far, far from it, very far. But yeah, man, that's what I like to do. I want to break it down for you guys, and me and my wife want to. And Tim, thank you, man, for your help, and shout out to you and everybody else, man, that's tuning in to us, and help us get this 200 subscribers and the word out there, man. This way, you guys know how your tax dollars are being spent and what's really going on, not what they want you to believe that's going on. So, baby girl, you want to go ahead and you want to get it rolling, or we got Oh, wait! Before you do that, check this out, folks. So, Tuesday's my birthday. I'll be a big 50, right? I'll be the big 50, big 50, and thank God, my wife, my baby girl, scraped it together and got me a little package for my birthday this year, right? Well, get this, folks. My package is sitting down here at R&R since Friday morning. And these fucking lazy-ass cops won't even go get it until next Thursday.
They want to make sure you don't have. They want to make sure you don't have a good birthday, no matter what.
Yeah, right. And it's got a little goodies and Zuzus and whams and my coffee and my tea and some good stuff for my birthday. My wife put together for me out of their vendor, out of the Walking Her supply vendor, and
yeah, you just gave them. You just gave them a free shout out. You're not supposed to do that, honey. You're not supposed to advertise.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Well, I didn't know. My bad. But my package has been sitting down there since Friday, and these damn cops are so fucking lazy they won't even go get it until Thursday. Can you imagine? They sit in this office in here doing absolutely nothing but playing games and doing dumb shit, but yet they can't go down there and get my shit, and it's just sitting there. And I've had problems in the past when my wife has sent me books and stuff, and the books come up stolen, properties come up stolen, and so my box has got to sit there until 4 more days, and hopefully they don't steal that. And it's hot as fuck in that room. All my little goodies are melting, and that's what they want it to be. You know, they don't want a motherfucker to have nothing good. And in fact, if they could, they'd fucking make sure that thing got lost. That's how they are, man.
Well,
So I just wanted y'all to know that. What's that?
Don't encourage them.
No, I'm not encouraging them, but I can already see, you know, that's just their style, man. Instead of getting it and getting their job done and get me my shit that you ordered for my birthday.
I know they do this to you all the time, but I kind of see that this environment gives you a really negative outlook, and you know it's a challenge to keep you upbeat sometimes when they're constantly kicking you. Every time they have an opportunity to minimize your happiness, they will.
Yeah.
They will.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's little shit, y'all. I mean, it's just little shit that
ways.
You know, if I let it get to me every day, I'd be a pissed off motherfucker, right? But you know, every day they do something. Every day something is stupid. They got something dumb going on. They cater to these fucking JCAT SNYs. Take them all these extra lunches, all the extra trays, and they beg them not to act stupid. And it's just insane. But
yeah, and you know, I guess, before I came along, you were an angry motherfucker all the time.
Yeah.
Oh,
absolutely.
And they worked so hard to get me to go away. They really did.
Oh, big time.
Big
They still try.
Yeah, they did.
They're not done trying.
Nope.
They
certainly aren't.
They're not done trying. You can bet that. They're not done trying.
I know. Okay, so let's get on with this program then. Okay, it's just short little intro to their show, like I said. So, okay, here we go. There's our gay ass music.
I know that staff don't want to feel like they're trading in their correctional awareness, you know? So what are your thoughts on getting staff's buy-in?
Just because we're adopting the California model does not mean we're ignoring Corrections 101. And if someone went up to me and...
Okay, stop. What do you mean by Corrections 101? Corrections 101 is what they're doing right now with this package, right? Playing games. Right? Corrections 101 is their corruption and their agenda. That's their corrections.
They definitely have two very clearly defined environments they're presenting or not presenting, depending on which. All right, and there could be more. There could be even more.
Yeah. Yep.
What we're seeing and what we're hearing is 180 degrees. 180 degrees.
Right.
Okay, here we go.
If I can lower the stress level of my staff, have less staff out on workers' comp, long-term sick, make people want to come to work today, why wouldn't I try that?
Okay, stop. So when you said have less staff out of work on workman's comp. Now let me tell you, if a cop is if he walks and bumps his elbow into the wall, or if he fucking stubs his toe, or something like that gives him the right to go out on workman's comp for 4 or 5 months, right? And get paid, full pay for 4 or 5 months for nothing.
Well, I don't even think that's what Macomber's talking about. I think what he's talking about is to make work fun at a prison for the employees, to actually make it enjoyable. And really the only thing they have going for them is the money. They create the environment to make it unpleasant. I know when I go through visiting, there's some folks that are very stern, and some folks that are very cordial, and some folks that are downright like, oh, this is a whole other world I can't even identify to. And you know which ones those are.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
you know, to have a cop up there
Right.
at visiting and not be able to relate to the visitors at all, speaks volumes. And it's
Well,
not
like
like
I
I
said,
want to
man.
engage with them, but it's like they they treat you like you're not there, or that
Right.
you're not,
You don't matter.
yeah, that you don't matter, or that they're not there for your safety, that you're an inconvenience to whatever the
Well,
fuck they're
hey,
doing.
what they're doing is they're.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
Fuck, I can't even get a word. I'm call that.
Well, what I'm talking about is not necessarily the ones that work in that section, because I'm sure they're picked primarily for their ability to be warm and cordial, and for the most part they are in the processing part. But the further you move along, the more you see a different tone. Now, where we're at, they're not being specifically rude to me at all. In fact, they're really.
Right.
An incarcerated individual asked, the California State Prison, what brings that California? What call and/or telephone number will be monitored and recorded? You have a Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
At the current place where we're at, all of the visiting staff is very nice and decent, but it's the other staff and staff at other prisons that have been incredibly difficult. So
That's a false front.
they're not
Straight up,
even
that's a
trying
false
to
front.
make their work environment pleasant for themselves. And then there's this whole other thing going on with this Norway project, or California model, whatever they want to call it, where they're being silly. There's nothing sincere or serious about it when they won't draw the lines, and they won't build the structure that would be affordable to everybody. And they made it perfectly clear they have no intention of giving it to everybody. So there's always going to be this darker element until it is addressed and changed. So.
And that's why
Well, it ain't for us.
I'd rather try and fail than not to have tried at all at this.
I'd rather spend the taxpayers' dollars playing games and having fun than get serious about, and it's gonna fail. It's designed to fail.
Leaving it. What are some of the short-term goals for the California model?
We really need to focus on training the staff at those institutions, getting the appropriate message out to the incarcerated population that expect some changes.
All right, stop. Wait a minute, man. So, not only is it going to fail, the fact is, 90% of their own staff ain't even on board. Right? So you got insider sabotage, and then it's only for SNYs. And playing goldfish in some dominoes with an officer or shaking their hand is not going to fix nobody. It's not going to fix nobody.
And if you want if you want to know the honest trend, and here's the interesting thing, because this is the next thing coming down the road, and a lot of people aren't aware of this, but these closed down prisons are not the worst prisons as far as structurally. So why are they closing down non-condemned prisons? Well, there's also this huge mental health issue coming up. And if you've noticed at all, there's a whole lot of attention towards the psychiatric care of prisoners, and how CDCR is not willing to participate, and la 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 la. So what I believe is coming is the reinstatement of mental institutions.
Well, that's what it is. I mean,
they're not
That's
they're
what it
not
is.
segregating it, they're not separating it because there's such a stigma. So they're just putting the mentally
This
ill
call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
in prison without treatment. There's no
Well-
addressing their issues other than being more severe and causing more problems. So the problem isn't ever going to go away until they stop acting like they're harboring animals, not people.
but get to the point, man. The point is,
The point
playing
is they're going
goldfish with
to
a person ain't gonna work.
be building mental institutions here soon, and CDCR doesn't want to let go of the money to let it happen. Think about it. Think about it.
Listen, man. Well, the fact of the matter is, 90% of staff are not on board. Playing goldfish with an inmate is not going to do shit. And in the end, when it fails, and they go back to their full reinstated police 101 or corrections 101, you know, they ain't changed. You know, that's the fact. It's not no change whatsoever.
Well, there's no internal change happening at all, and that's not going to happen. That's never going to happen.
What's
like
happening
they're
is,
saying it's happening.
What's happening is they're taking $100 billion from you guys, and they're putting it into this program that they know is going to fail. So in 10 years, they can say, "Oh, we got to change and try this other program. We need another $100 billion." It's set up for the future. That's what they're
In
doing.
the meantime, there's all these blurred lines from correctional, custodial, mental health, and as long as the lines stayed blurred, the people who really need the help versus the people who really also need the legal help will always be vague, and you won't get the help.
Yeah. Well, they're not helping these people.
No,
I mean,
that's my point.
Wait a minute. Giving these JCats Benadryl? A Benadryl is a antihistamine. What is a Benadryl pill going to do for a dude with psychotic problems? Absolutely nothing. And that's what they're doing.
Well,
That's what they're doing.
Didn't you also tell me? Didn't you also tell me that Benadryl, which was used for allergies and sleep aid, was turned into a psychiatric drug, and that's why you can't get it for its intended use?
Yep. Right. They used to in CDCR years ago. Benadryl was antihistamine given to people with allergies, who had bad allergies. They give it to people every day, 1 a day, 2 a day, whatever. Well, about 10 years ago, they changed that. 15 years ago, they changed it, and they put it on the hot med list for the EOP dudes. And now they give it to them guys for whatever psychological fucking problems they claim they got. And most of them are just hiding out. You know, a couple of them do got problems, but I'll tell you this, ain't no Benadryl going to solve that problem. If they really got problems, a Benadryl is not going to work. But the bottom line is, it's $100 billion program. They're sinking of your guys' money into this facade.
Well,
so they can go down there and play goldfish with an inmate.
And mental health requires some serious examination with a trained clinician where they can process through and overcome. I mean, I know there's some that are truly chemically altered, but there's some people that are really fucked up. They just need some counseling. They just need to learn how to be a whole healthy person. I'd say that's 80% of the people in prison, and they're not getting that kind of counseling.
We got dudes in here that were EOP for 10 years in EOP yard, and then they downgrade them to triple CMS, bring them over here with us so they can kick the door 24/7 because they're tired of dealing with their shenanigans in the EOP facility.
And that's all
And how's this?
that's all the help they're getting.
Wait, but they're not. It's not even real help. A
That's what I'm
Benadryl
saying.
and how you doing? A Benadryl and how you doing? That's not help. You know, and most of the dudes are hiding out. There are a few that do need the help. I mean, real fucking help. We'll go get it. But this shit here that they're doing in CDCRs, it's a facade.
Right.
All right, go ahead, hit the play button, man.
Here's what they're going to be. Here's why we're doing them. And I think even in the short term, what we are going to be looking for.
I want to say this guy talking here is Kelso, not Macomber.
Oh,
are improvements
Clark
in
Kelso.
The overall environment of those institutions, the daily culture, a reduction in violence.
To listen to part 2 of this California model.
Well,
Stop.
I was interrupting myself.
Stop.
I want to hear that again. Sorry, folks.
In the overall environment of those institutions, the daily culture, a reduction in violence.
To listen to part 2 of this California model.
Okay, stop. So he said the overall culture in these environments. The environments he's speaking of is S&Y environments because the California model don't exist on the GP, like I pointed out before. And then he said it's going to reduce violence in prison. That's bullshit. When they're the ones cultivating the violence, they're the ones disseminating wrong information on people, lies and slander, because they want the violence in order to trick bag their own program, so 10 years down the line they can say, oh, it failed, we need to try something else. That's what that is. It ain't never going to curtail the violence in prison. That's just a way of life in prison, period. So it's all crap. All right, go ahead to the next one.
This brilliant device keeps your home cool.
Sorry, I don't pay for YouTube, so I have ads, even though I put out.
That's all right, man.
Used to not get ads because I
What
was.
makes this California model any different than what's been done in the past?
There it is.
I think first the really very clear focus on day-to-day interactions and what we hope to accomplish there. Dynamic security, the trauma-informed organization, peer support, normalization. So the first thing is, I think that's a pretty good combination of things that if we can change them, you really are changing people's daily interactions. Second thing, I think we've just got committed leadership that is really enthusiastic.
Okay, again, they're saying about their focus on this program and changing people's interactions. That's not going to, the only way that's going to work is from the ground up, you know, from the foundation up, not from the top down. And if your own cops don't support your program that you're pushing and they're intentionally sabotaging on the inside, the focus is completely off. It's completely off. You know, they have to buy into what you're doing and believe in what you're doing full-heartedly. So when it comes time to putting their efforts in it, they're not half-assed in it. They're not half-stepping. They're fully invested. But they see, the staff sees it's a farce, and they don't like it. I don't like it. None of us agree with it because it's taking y'all's money for nothing. This guy, Macomber, and that guy, Clark Kelso, who used to be the federal receivership, the watchdog over the CDCR Medical before it became CCHS, he's a sellout. They put money in that dude's pocket. CCPOA did that. And they absorbed him.
They absorbed him. Can I interject? There's a request to know what EOP and triple CMS mean. So for clarity for the listeners.
Okay. EOP means enhanced outpatient. It's the highest form of mental health issues. So
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
it's the highest form of mental health issue someone may have in CDCR. Okay, a lower mental health status is triple CMS. I think it stands for clinical clinician care or something like that. I'm not too sure.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
It's something like that.
Probably
Clinical clinician
chronic clinical care. Chronic clinical care.
Yeah, it could be that, but it's a lower form of treatment, like for sleep apnea. I mean, for sleep when you can't sleep at night sometimes, or people having trouble with sleep, or
So people who are just
depressed or something.
disturbed, they're not like chemically altered or chemically damaged.
Right, they don't see dead people.
Right.
They don't see dead people. All right, I'll call back.
So yeah, they're basically just two levels of severity of mental health care requirements. So EOP is the biggest, and then triple CMS is a lower concern. And then he also mentioned CCPOA, which is the prison guard union.
An incarcerated individual asked, the California State Prison will hold that California. This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back.
You back?
All right. Yeah.
Should I play on? I should play on.
Yeah.
You really
Yeah,
are
let's go on,
changing
baby.
people's daily interactions. Second thing, I think we've just got committed leadership that is really enthusiastic. They're committed
Okay,
to
stop.
Committed leadership is really enthusiastic. I bet they are at the sound of how
And
many
who's the
dollars?
leadership?
The
Who's the
administration.
leadership?
Administration.
No, he is.
He is. He is.
That's Macomber. He's
No.
the leader.
That's Kelso still, honey. But yeah, that's Kelso. He's,
Okay, well, he's talking about him and Macomber, or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
But, that is a joke, y'all. I mean, these guys are up there self-promoting and self-glorifying and patting each other on the back for taking $100 million from the taxpayers on a fucking system they know that's going to fail. It's bizarre, man.
on a
And they got me in prison. These motherfuckers are bigger criminals than I ever seen, man.
yeah.
All right, go ahead.
making this work. I think that's a big difference. And the third thing, I think, is simply the very clear and strong support of the administration. You don't do something this big in corrections unless you've got the governor's office and the legislature understanding what you're doing and supportive.
And what excites me on
Okay. All right, let's break that down right here. What are there to understand about this program?
Well, first of all, they've shown us what they're doing. And I don't think anybody
Right.
understands it better than you and I or anyone else behind the walls paying attention.
Right. I mean, because, like, what is there to understand? Your own officers are telling GPMAs, convicts, what they're doing in this California model building that's on this other yard right here at CSB SAC, New Folsom, A yard. They're telling us in that set exactly what's going on. They're playing goldfish, folks.
So
How How hard is that to understand?
Can we get a
I don't
little
get it.
clarity about how big this reach is? Okay, so you have 4 yards where you're at, 3 yards in the RHU. Well,
Right. 3
and
yards in RHU, right?
and only 1 yard is implementing their new program, right?
1 yard. Okay, every yard consists of 8 buildings.
Wait. No. We're not going that direction. Hold on. Only 1 yard is being exposed, or is only a part of that yard being exposed?
Right.
Only a part of that yard.
2 buildings on that yard.
Okay, so 2 out of 8. So a quarter of a yard is being exposed to this program. And how many other prisons are implementing this program? I believe it's not more than 8.
It's 8, but then again, I heard now it's statewide. So last time I went to get X-rays, when they showed me the bent screw in my back, they're saying now it's signed on as statewide. But I asked a couple black guys, friends of mine, who came from CR, the only GP yard here, about it, and he said it's not over there on GP. What they're doing is putting it on all S and Y yards.
So
it's not statewide.
It could be statewide in that it's dispersed throughout the state at 8 different prisons.
Right.
And maybe a quarter of a yard, maybe a little more. I can't imagine them doing any less at 8 different prisons. So we're talking a minor population, a very minor population in this system of corruption.
Hey, wait a minute. You're talking about 30 dudes, 30 people, if that.
Okay.
30 people that sit there. I mean, and then last time I heard about this shit, one of the guys went from the photo op, went back to his TSU cell and gassed the cop. That's the guys they're putting in it. It's insane.
That's
All right,
insane.
go ahead. Let's hear it.
That is insane.
This too is that it
Is big in
This call
corrections.
and your telephone number will be monitored and
Governor's
recorded.
office, in the legislature, understanding what you're doing and support it.
And what excites me on this too is that it's often we're talking
That's Macomber.
about staff issues, and the perception is sometimes that there's not as much in it for staff, and we're really committed to making the work environment better for staff, improving.
Oh, God. Everything is geared towards staff, better environment. Staff. Money, staff.
Did you hear
That's what
anything
they're doing.
about the well-being of the incarcerated? All I heard was they're going to understand. There's going to be a new understanding for the incarcerated. I'm like,
Right.
They're incarcerated. You better bring the goods, or they're going to dictate what the fucking environment's going to be, and it's not going to be pretty for anyone except the Kill Thrill Club,
Right. Yeah. I mean, when you said everything, the environment for staff, right? That tells you what he's really trying to do with this program. It's all geared to these cops, and then you got, they won't even go get a motherfucker's package, and it only takes 10 minutes. That's how fucking lazy they are, man. Not all. Don't get me wrong.
But I noticed they're not at all talking about how it's going to affect the public, the taxpayer, the incarcerated. And I want to be honest. I haven't listened to their little podcast, and I'm going to after we're done here. But I guarantee you that all they're doing is embellishing on what they're saying right here. That they're just everything's just this sugar-coated, candy-crusted cake of absolute optimism. And
hey, baby girl, if they were really serious about this stuff, it wouldn't be some board games. It would be we're making visits for every fucking. I mean, we're gonna open up visiting 5 days a week or 4 days a week, Thursday through Sunday. We're going to enhance family prisoner communication as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to encourage education
For everyone.
we're going to
For everyone.
Could be for everyone. We're going to encourage a higher learning education, including critical thinking classes and all types of stuff.
And do
We're
things
going
like
to,
things like
wait,
gardening
watch.
and
Yeah.
creating
Better
self-sustaining.
food.
Yep, to be
Right.
healthier.
We're gonna give all these guys. We're gonna give better food. We're gonna give better, better medical. We're gonna hook you guys up with better mattresses. We're gonna do this to make it better and more, geared towards reform and rehabilitation. Not playing board games with cops or shaking a cop's hand or calling a cop by his first name.
Or having a cop be vulnerable underneath the barber's cloak.
Right. And it's like, that is the real rehabilitation geared towards family interactions with prisoners.
And mental health growth by doing something productive or educational.
Mm-hmm.
I know that whenever I'm being productive, I'm happier. And that's a free person. I know not everybody loves their job, but I'm not talking about my job. I'm talking about personal productivity.
No. Life. You're talking about life, period.
Right.
You're not talking about your official capacity. You're talking about just life in general, I mean, it all starts with self. You got to work on yourself every day. And in here, if you can't get what you got coming, or you have to sweat getting your medication, you're constantly being tortured by these doctors and falsified documents and lying doctors and incompetent. You can't think about nothing else but trying to stay alive and survival, much less rehabilitation. Right?
Right.
All right. Let's hear this.
Outcomes for them and not as much in it for staff. And, we're really committed to making the work environment better for staff, improving outcomes for them, and really listening to our people in the field.
To listen to more topics like
our people in the field, our people in the field, they're not listening to you. They're not listening to me. They're not listening to the taxpayers. They're only listening to the almighty cha-ching.
Yeah, big money. The bad part about this is this program and everything they're doing is angled to getting more money, less work, so they can sit on their asses and do nothing and get paid for it. And that's the bad part about this. And if you heard what he said, a better staff environment. I mean, I guess it's bizarre that's what that's geared to.
I bet you they have lounges with cushions and comfort and kicking back, and meanwhile you sleeping on concrete and sitting on a post. I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck? What the fuck, motherfuckers? I mean, make visiting more, comfortable for our families and us. We can't even go to visit on time. We can't even sit out there and get air, oxygen to breathe while I'm visiting you or my father. Or
you
whoever,
know how
right?
disturbing it is being in a much more comfortable environment just across a piece of glass from you and seeing you suffer. It's horrible.
Right.
I don't want to put you through that, and they know that. They do it intentionally. It's like,
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
I don't understand how or why it's so ugly, but it speaks volumes on the whole entire institution and everyone who participates in it and stands by and lets it happen without any concern to the humanity of it. But you know, enjoy your 160,000 a year. I know you work hard for it.
Yeah, right. Sitting on their ass. A minute ago, earlier, when you said that, when I was telling you, keep trying to discourage you and break, tear us down. Well, that's why they do the visiting like that, because they want to discourage you and other families from visiting us.
Oh, I know.
So the way they see it is, if you're visiting someone in prison, you're fucking wrong. You're part of the problem. You're a prisoner. You ought to be a prisoner yourself.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and the psychological mind fuck of having you in those little boxes, watching other prisoners enjoy their visits at a table with snacks. And don't tell me that's not an unintended mind fuck, because it is.
Right. It's all a money fuck. And the problem is, they don't intend to fix nothing. If they won't even give a guy breathable oxygen and a little airflow while he's in a 3x3 box while visiting you, and you sit there and see him up.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
That's not conducive. That's not conducive to reform. Let me call back.
It's not conducive to reform. There is no reform. It's torture. That's the thing. It has been nothing but torture. There's no need for it. There's no reason for it. There's people coming out worse. The only people I ever see that come out of there better are the ones who will never go back again, because they're so like, fuck all that. But too many times people go in there with the criminal mindset and they learn tricks and they come out worse.
Prepaid.
Hey, baby girl, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
In that article, in that thing you put online about Dr. Sarah, do you honestly, and everybody, you guys honestly believe that's rehabilitation? On any level?
The whole thing with the level 1, level 2 services, and all they do for the level 1 and level 2 had it or could have it on the streets without a problem. And it's like these people, well, other than going out with a felony and having that challenge, are completely unaware of what's going on these level 4 yards, I'm sure, unless they see these people in like the jails and such. Go ahead.
But the horrendous torture of medical abuse. How is any of this rehabilitation, baby? It's mind blowing that they're going to continue pushing this rehabilitation, and they can't even treat a motherfucker properly on his medical issues. And shit like that.
Food abuse alone. I mean, it's not even just food abuse. It's disgusting. Like, if you ever saw whatever happened to Baby Jane in that scene where, she brings her sister dinner and it's a dead rat. And
oh God!
Did you ever see that movie? But the horror of being starved and just so hungry and like, oh my God, finally I get something to eat, and it's like pure garbage. Pure garbage.
Let me tell you what I got.
This is what they're doing to you. I know.
Let me tell you let me tell the people. Let me tell you folks what they gave me this morning for breakfast. some half raw diced potatoes with diced onions for breakfast. Now that's a breakfast, right? And a couple spoonfuls of oatmeal, right? Okay, and then lunch was a pack of hummus, pretzels, and some sunflower seeds, right? Now that's their motherfucking get down for the day. So far.
Well, and the raw potatoes and onions, they could be cooked and you could eat them and really enjoy them, but they're not. They're coming in raw. Why? What is that? So they're just going straight to the garbage can. What could have been a decent meal?
You should have seen the bag of garbage they had this morning. It was like, wow. Yeah, they're just throwing money right down the drain. They're throwing money right down the fucking drain, man. But yeah, man, I wanted to break this down for the folks. You know, we can't even get proper medical, proper family interaction. So more interaction with our people, right? And these fucking sorry son of a bitches ain't geared towards rehabilitation and reform at all.
No.
They're really not. I also wanted to tell the folks here something real quick about this thing I was watching the other day on TV with Alec Baldwin, the Alec Baldwin case.
Yeah.
Well, the judge dismissed. Right, she dismissed that case with prejudice, which means they can't reintroduce that charge again and go. They can never charge him again for that case. Well, and come to find out, and this goes to what I was saying about several prosecutors and district attorneys. They caught her red-handed hiding exculpatory evidence that would clear his name or could clear him. So they hid this fucking evidence under another case number intentionally. Well, during a couple days into his trial, his attorneys knew about it already, and they were waiting to fire that shot. So they fired it a couple days in the trial. Caught the prosecutor flat-footed and, straight up fucking lied. She hid evidence intentionally. And that little girl, the other girl that's already convicted, the armorer, she was set up by her boss who got
This call and/or telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
She was given immunity. Her boss was given immunity to testify against her and make it look like she did it. But yet her boss is the one that was destroying evidence, getting rid of the bullets and everything else off the cart. And so they just wanted somebody to fall for that accidental death of that girl, of the lady. Well, when you have that DA, she was caught flat-footed. I think it was on Friday, and they completely dismissed the charges on Baldwin. And that shows you guys what I've been saying. But the difference between him and the other little girl who's sitting in prison is probably about a couple $1 million between the attorneys. He had a whole battalion of attorneys, 3 or 4 of them, who were probably a couple $1 million, right? And she didn't have no high-powered attorneys, but she should have got the same type of quality defense. And hopefully she gets out. But I wanted to throw that at you guys because that coincides and correlates with what I've been saying on how these district attorneys lie and hide evidence. And even the DA in his case got up on a stand in defense of herself. And when his attorney said, you know what she called him? I guess she was known for calling Alec Baldwin a cocksucker.
Oh.
An arrogant son of a bitch, right? A cocksucker, arrogant son of a bitch. I'm taking him down.
So she didn't like him because of his characters on TV and movies, and maybe his political position.
Right. Well, all of a sudden, when she was questioned, hey, is it true that you call Alec Baldwin a cocksucker? And all of a sudden, she can't recall. All of a sudden, she can't recall none of what she was saying about him. that's a crock of shit, and that broad needs to lose her license, man.
Yeah.
You know, these people who are destroying lives, they're destroying lives. Now look, he was facing 18 months, right? It ain't a whole lot of time, but to a person that's not a criminal, I mean, not a convict or a prisoner, I mean, that's a long time, and he's 63, right? Now, this man's life will never be the same, nor will that little girl's life who's in prison already, will never be the same over an accidental issue.
Or was it even accidental? Because I think her boss is suspect.
But the bad part about that is her boss got immunity to testify against her and Baldwin.
Right.
You know, they get the only one person who threw away evidence.
It makes you wonder a lot about justice.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
She went right over there, opened up the gun, took all the bullets out, and the one that was fired, she threw that away, the shell and all the other shit that she tried to throw away. Then she tried to break the gun down, you know. And it's like, but she gets immunity, you know, because she agrees to snitch. And that's fucking disgusting. That's disgusting. That's why these snitches are disgusting, man.
Yeah.
They're disgusting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to spend some time. Me and my baby girl wanted to spend some time with you guys on a Sunday, man, and just shoot the shit. You know, we're just hanging out doing nothing. You know, and taking it easy on a Sunday, and you know, wanted to break that Macomber, and that's Clark Kelso. That is the guy that was the federal receiver about 5 years ago, 10 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, he was supposed to be kind of like the adversary to CDCR. Now they're best buddies.
Yeah, they're playing golf.
They're playing.
Inspector, the prison law office. Yeah, they're playing golf.
And what? So Donald Spector's their caddy?
Yeah, he's their caddy. That's a good one, fool. But, you know, I mean, here this guy was hired by the feds to oversee the medical in CDCR back in the day. And now he's part of their best. I mean, they're like Ace, Dudes, Boom, Coons, man. They're homeboys and shit now, eating off the same plate. But,
Right.
And now he's with the California mob. You know, of course he is, because they paid him. They bought him off. So, hey, baby girl, we got any chat questions or anything y'all want to ask?
Looks real quiet in here, actually. And, you know, just our buddy Tim's hanging with us. And, yeah, real quiet. And,
Okay. Well, we figured we'd get at you guys today and give you a little shout out and ask you for you know, your support and push the game, push it, share my shit, man, and let's get this over 200 subscribers so we can continue spreading this truth, man.
yeah,
It's imperative y'all know the truth.
absolutely.
It really is, because I mean, they're taking everybody's money. You know, that's what pisses me off. And I gotta live in here, you know.
Well, yeah,
Right?
and I gotta get double taxed because I have to support you financially.
This call and
In
your
there.
telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
In there, when we could be working together out here, and
Oh, sure, yeah. No, I get it. Absolutely.
makes no
Absolutely,
sense.
baby girl.
Makes no sense.
Right.
All
You
right,
don't, but yeah, they'll let all these other weirdos out of prison.
that's the part I have a problem with. That's the problem. They're not letting people out on their merits, but on their alliance.
Right. They're letting people out who they know more likely will reoffend.
And who want to partake in their version of the game. So that's what I mean by alliance.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I mean, it's just from the bottom up, top down, all it. It's just disgusting. I mean, you got a tier cop making $160,000 a year, and I'm telling you guys, none of these cops are on board with that California model at all, because they know it's a farce.
And they lose control. They give up control of the environment, and then it becomes chaotic and unpredictable. you know, what works is that there's a line of respect. And
Right. Line of respect and family oriented, family gear.
well, that would fix it. You know, that would be
Yeah.
what would fix it. But
Well, it would do a lot towards fixing it. You know, you're always gonna have the fuck ups.
oh yeah, and
people.
but they're the ones that need the counseling. They're the ones that need the psychiatric professionals and the people to
Right.
help them reestablish a sense of value and purpose in their lives out on the streets. And the goal should be to get everyone out of the streets. Now there's gonna be the Jeffrey Dahmers and the Ted Bundys, and I think they're incorrigible, but those are the thrill kills. They're the ones that get off on the sickest shit, and I don't think there's help for them. I really don't. And that's what the cages that they have people like you in are for, not for people like you.
Right. Right. I mean, that's what. It's just so fucked up, man. I mean, you can't even begin to define where, because there's all over fucked up. All over fucked up.
Yep.
And like he was saying at the beginning of that, what did he say? Something about Corrections 101.
Right.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh shit. And the Corrections 101 is what they're doing with all their liars and snitches and bullshit and their agenda behind the cloaks, right?
Right.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
That's the Corrections 101. Let me call back.
Well, you know, nobody ever asked me, you know, how would I fix the system? So I decided to just come out and tell you. And you know, maybe somebody will start listening. I don't think that there's a one size fits all. Absolutely not. But what they're doing in these ad segs is absolutely the wrong way. The wrong way. I think everyone needs to face themselves at some point in their lives, and there's people who never will because they don't know that that's part of being a responsible human being is admitting to yourself who you are and where you've been and what you've done and owning every part of it and doing the deal, you know?
What are we talking about?
Personal responsibility and how some people a lot of people are in prison because they have none or that they don't address it and that right there is where all that excuse me rehabilitation isn't happening.
Yeah. Well, you know, like, and I haven't told you guys this either, and it's a small thing, it's stupid, but check this out. We ain't had no damn hot water since last Monday.
That's not a dumb thing.
I mean, it's small, right? It's small beans compared to what else I'm dealing with right now, but
it's a hygiene thing.
It is. It's a health code violation. Just think of that. We can't even get warm water to shower.
That's crazy.
Lukewarm water, tepid warm water, lukewarm. We can't even get that. They cannot fix the damn water. And you got a multi-billion-dollar agency that cannot fix the damn water.
That's insane.
Imagine that.
That's just wrong.
It's like fucking. And you know what the tier cop tells us? Well, we put in work orders. We don't know. It's not on us. It's not our fault.
Yeah, don't lift a finger.
You know? Yeah, don't lift the finger, man. Don't go call fucking whatever fucking company you need to call and fix it. Yeah, that's the type of crap they do. And it's lame shit that they do that will never ever be really geared towards rehabilitation ever. And you know, like keeping us all separate in the building, right? Keeping us all separate and divided amongst these cells, and got all these shit eaters in between us, and stuff like that. That's the shit they do. But that's just how they are. And hopefully, we can get it fixed one way or another. We'll see what happens. I gotta tell you guys too, folks. I did file my vacate motion, as I said a few times, and I'm just waiting now to vacate my plea. I'm just waiting now for Judge Mueller to make an order, to issue an order to make the prosecution explain, and fucking give me a date for evidentiary hearing, in her court in front of her, just so I can try to get rid of my plea bargain, because they didn't uphold their end of it. So I did do that. It is in. I'm sure you'll be hearing about it pretty soon, other than outside of me, but we'll see. We'll see. Other than that, babe, you got anything else to add to the folks? They got any comments or questions? You guys let us know, man.
Well, no, just appreciation for telling our story, and we're here, and if anybody's got any questions, I swear it's pretty quiet over here.
Hey Jim, check it out, man. That fucking thing with the timeline, and there's so much. I like that, man. You're right. There's just so much, man, going on, and it has gone on since
we're gonna sit down and write it out and get it, just hash it out. Right. It's gonna take a little minute or so to do, but we'll get it out there. And that was a great suggestion, because it helps us too. Right. And it draws out the history. And
yep. You're right, baby. I mean, we're just gonna have to write it all out. I will, and then we'll share it with the folks. We'll share it with you guys in a multiple part thing, or something like that. But it's just so much. There's so much shit, man, that I've seen and witnessed, and that has been done to me. And I mean, not just me, but several other prisoners. I just thank God I'm fortunate enough to have my wife help me and get the story out to you guys, so you can see, some of what I'm going through, but not what their snitch tube is telling you or what they're telling you, but the real deal. The real deal.
Oh my God! Remember that story we heard? Oh my God! It's so crazy.
Which one?
That one where don't come to our yard and I think you can be all that.
Oh yeah, that was something else, when I was one of them snitch tubers talking, I don't know, so let's call
weirdo shit. Straight weirdo shit. Just wow. Yeah, he was just somebody was talking shit, and now they're over there, they've been over there, and they're just talking shit because they're not over here no more. That's all. Well, but one thing they did point out that is true is they are building gangs in the SNY, and that's common knowledge. And so obviously that little project didn't work either.
Well, that's a slap in their face, because 25 years, that's all they promoted. Like they're promoting the California model. Watch. Mm-hmm. As they're promoting this model now, that's what they promoted for 25 years.
Yeah.
These Macs, PCs and shit, go PC. They can go PC real quick and easy and get out of a $2,000 dope day or whatever, or not want to. It's just that's what they promoted, and now it's a big fat failure smack right in their fucking cornhole. Now they got to try to clean it up. So it's the same thing with this California model. That's where I get this mindset. 10 years from now, another big fat failure. Yeah. And it's just history repeats itself. And with these people, that's what it's doing. Yeah. Because it's geared towards your money.
Yeah.
It's geared towards your money. Yeah.
That's all they care about.
So the SNY thing, the SNY thing is way worse than any other thing that could have ever transpired. Way worse.
But let's explain why they're doing what they're doing to the fucking women with the weirdos. I mean,
Oh, that's
where's the merit in that? Come on, people. Come on. If you're not outraged and throwing a fit on that one, I'm disappointed in you.
yeah. I mean, they're letting these predators, sexual predators, who claim they're trannies, who claim it, they shall claim it,
Right.
into women's prisons.
Mm-hmm.
They're letting them go to women's prisons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, how bizarre is that?
Sick,
It's
sad
fucking
world.
bizarre, man.
Sick, sad world.
Well, right. And you got this jackass Macomber on here, you know, who was responsible for, letting that guy Yogi out to the main line when he was told not to by his own people, and third party culpability, and if his actions had other actions, and yet he gets off scot free.
And becomes king of the mountain, the shit mountain.
Yeah, becomes king of the mountain.
On Lollipop Hill.
Lollipop. Lollipop Hill. Who's Lollipop? Is he sucking? Gavin Newsom?
No. And don't even get me started on Captain Hair Gel there. Oh my God.
Captain Hair Gel, yeah. Captain Piss Guns and Hair Gel. I got you. That's funny. Get on, baby girl. Well, I mean, I don't know. The system is fucked up, y'all. But you know what? The bottom line is, I do get to talk to you guys here, my wife, and I do get to give you guys our side. I do nothing but exercise my First Amendment, and I only speak on corruption and conditions. That's it, man. I think it's a good thing that you guys actually know what's going on.
It's a wonderful thing. And we're gonna keep plugging along and telling the truth and exposing, forcing transparency, because it needs to be done.
Mm-hmm.
It needs to be done.
Yeah, absolutely. It needs to be done, and I'm the one to do it. I'm gonna do it, and all I'm doing is exercising my rights. I'm not hurting nobody. Don't waste no harm or foul intent, but all I want to do is tell y'all what's going on with this shit in here, with this system. It's definitely fucked up. I can't go out there and get me a comfortable visit with my family, and at least breathe some fresh air, or have some type of air ventilation rolling.
While we're spending time together. I mean, we're ever so grateful they finally fixed the cells, and that took years of fighting. But I'm done with the petty stuff. Let's just pull the covers on the whole entire operation.
Damn. Down goes Frazier. But fucking, I'm glad. I hope y'all got a little something from us today. And, I send mine. Outlaw News, Tim, Paul G, all you guys, man. I send mine to you guys. Baby, I'm going to wind this one on down, man.
All right.
Get ready for my cold shower. I'm going to take a cold shower.
At least it's hot out. That's the only nice thing.
Hey, it is. Thank God it is summertime, because they've done this before in the winter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they have. Trust me. And when I was in Corker, you remember when he was on for 3 months?
Yep.
3 months?
Yep.
No hot water in the middle of fucking winter, folks.
After baking the hell out of you the summer before. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I've been through their fucking gauntlet a few times, man, and I know their tricks to the trade. And this is just one of them. It's one of many. One of many.
Right.
Fucking bag of tricks they got. All right, folks, I send mine to the worthy. You know who you are. Until next time, take care and have a great Sunday, man. And I'll see you next one, man. You guys have a good one.
Yep. Thanks, everybody. Y'all have a wonderful Sunday, and thanks for hanging out with us. Bye-bye.